So look, so with the 7 core values, we ooh, I like when it rains out there. Man, rain is so good. But with the 7 core values, I pretty much got 7 things that I believe that is very essential to man in order to be completely evolved in the highest way possible, right? And with these 7 core values, this is what's going to help us not only stay focused, but this is something that we can structurally do to stay in the mode of getting ourselves together and reaching the highest versions of ourselves. 7 cores of pretty much a high value man is going to be the mental, physical, spiritual, philosophical, financial, feminine, and primal. And pretty much just to give you a quick overview on what this is going to be, pretty much our videos are going to be made around these 7 subjects right here. And pretty much, as we grow, you can add more, right? But I find these 7 really something that we have to hold on to, because if we don't align these like we align chakras here, I mean, how can we evolve? How can we grow? How can we break the curses and undo the damage, the brainwashing, the conditioning, programming that's been done to us in order to be somebody who we always been, rather than going out into the world and just taking what society tells us to be and accept some lame ass role. When we're doing videos about like mental, going into the first core, this is going to be something like maintaining your power. If you haven't known, like, your brain is a very powerful muscle. Find a way to balance and keep this in check at all costs. Like, without this brain, we have no power. And this goes for as far as physical, metaphysical, and spiritual. And mental aspect is based off of like how you're feeling and what you go through in life, and what it is that you consume that gets into your mind consciously and subconsciously. So it's going to be videos about that regarding the mental. Moving on to the physical, this is going to be something more like fitness. What does it say right here? Fitness, dieting. This is going to be self-care and things like that, to like skill sets as well. All of this is going to be pretty much centered around what we physically can do to evolve as a high value man. And what I mean by skill sets, we can like networking, how to have certain skills right now that we got to build in our earlier stages, as far as like how to get bread quickly, how can we get $10,000 in like 2 weeks, shit like that, like that type of skill set. Fitness for workouts we can do. If we're all following the same type of diet, alkaline or whole food diet pretty much, then I mean, we can all work something out, work out or try out different diets together or whatnot. But I mean, I'm pretty much gonna remain on my diet, but if we're gonna have to do it for the sake of the science, then let's do it, But moving forward, getting into the spiritual, it's a lot that we can talk about on the spiritual side, but a few things that I kind of want to do highlight is, we're going to learn the universal laws, because if you know the laws here in this third dimensional realm, then you must know the laws outside of it. And with the laws outside of it, this is something that you can leverage to your advantage in whatever aspect of your life to work in your favor, right? And as far as spiritual, if you want to learn about chakras and you want to learn how to like actually get into spirituality and actually do the correct groundwork for what it is that you're actually trying to do, rather than have improper instruction on what it is, like, this is something that I've been researching along with other people who's been properly guiding one another to become fulfilled and reach, I'm not gonna say enlightenment, but we reach that higher conscious, because as I said in the last video or two, Pluto's about to move into Aquarius, so stuff like this, that type of language, that lingo that not too many people really pick up. So this is something we're going to be talking about on the spiritual side. It's a lot we can talk about on the spiritual side, honestly. Philosophical, this is pretty much free thinking. Anytime I have like, I'm just chilling and I just start thinking deeply. This is deep thinking. It's gonna be stuff like that, like really life philosophy type deal. And I find this very important as a masculine figure, because a man who can think for himself and he can mentally put himself in a deep thinking situation and kind of like find ways to look at new perspectives is something that's going to be very enhancing to his character as far as who he is. Honestly, being a philosopher as a dude makes you way more mysterious in a way, just because, you know, you think a lot differently than what the modern man is probably designed to think. We also got financial, because after we mentally, physically, and spiritually get right, and we have our own sense of how to think and what to think, we can now start thinking about how to attain riches. And this is going to be very good for this channel because we can all learn side hustles, all try out side hustle ideas, test out anything. I can give you guys everything that I've been doing to increase my income. You guys do the same. Like, it's gonna be very, very lit working as a community together, and we all figure out how we can all get a bag and get up out of here and do what we need to do to fulfill these contracts. So this is gonna be helping us learn like financial literacy. We're gonna learn credit, you know, how to get an LLC, how to avoid paying taxes for life. Finances, man, the financial side is gonna be very deep and something I'm very excited to work on with you guys. Moving down the list at number 6, we got feminine. And I find it's very important as a guy to understand feminine nature and just feminine adequacy, because that is our counterpart, you know what I mean? They're us, but not us. You know, this is the more divine version of who we are. You know, without them, it's pretty much damn near impossible to recreate us again on this earth. We can't pass down our legacies and pass down the name into this world and leave anything behind for somebody we have a connection with. But understanding feminine, this is going to be like dating advice. Pick your type, you know, attract the actual right women that you actually need in your life, and not some women that's gonna like waste your time, bro. Like, this is how you actually build attraction and talk to women, and over time, bro, we gonna see how this work out, because eventually you gotta get better, and it's a part of growth, you know. So we're gonna go through a phase of getting rejected a lot, like do crazy challenges or whatever you guys need assistance in. We can do this. And then last but not least, we got primal. Now, I always talk about primal in my latest videos, and I find this very important because, you know, one day the internet can be gone, anything can happen, and everything will just be in the fucking shits and shambles. You know, we're left in the dark. So being a man, you know, we must know like one of the rules in life, and this is the philosophical side coming out again. So we must know as a man, like, nothing in life lasts forever, and life is unfair, and anything doesn't fucking last. So you must be ready for anything to like just go to shit at any moment, bro. Like, all of this shit can go away right fucking now. You're left in the dark. Your banks are frozen. What are you gonna fucking do now? You know, we're left out in the fucking wilderness. You gotta know how to survive out here without the fucking technology. So that's 7 strong cores for what we're gonna be introducing into this channel, and I hope we find this very useful as far as evolutionizing masculine men. You know, for anybody who wants to get on this journey, or anybody who is on this journey, you know, we're gonna learn a lot here. I got so many topics. I have to go start creating videos now. There's so many topics, so many things that we can discuss, and it's gonna be very beneficial to us because this is gonna start inspiring other people. It's already been inspiring other people. Other people around the world are now catching on to this. So if we keep doing this, make this a movement, they're not touching us in no time, boys. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. I promise you, we're gonna get the life that we always wanted, the life that we deserve. Can't tell me no different, man. 2023 is the motherfucking year, boy. Hey, you feel me?